producer of the Joke Around and Find Out Indigenous Comedy Contest. He is the runner-up for Rumor's Funniest Person with a Day Job 2025, and he is also the crown witness in the R.V. Butler child sexual abuse case. Give it up for Jeff Gobeil! How are we doing, everyone? I've been better. To say the obvious, I've been better. I am the crown witness in the child sexual abuse case. That means I'm the victim. And I know what you guys are thinking, whoa, right off the bat, this is really heavy. I don't want to hear none of this. This is too much. Well, I kind of like it heavy. And this is the real story about the court case with my childhood sexual abuser. And hey, did you know, if you're subpoenaed to go to court and give your testimony, that they actually have to pay for your lunch? You know what injustice tastes like? A tuna sub. Now, I don't want to be gross right off the top, but when I get nervous, I tend to vomit. And I hadn't seen my abuser in over 20 years. So I thought if I'm going to vomit, he's going to smell some shit. Smell some tuna. I attended a private Catholic school growing up. I think my dad thought it would save me. To his credit, like, here I am. Maybe a little to his discredit, here I am. I had no identity as a Catholic. And the only thing I knew about my childhood, thanks to all the parents of all my white friends, is that I'm an Indian. It was the 90s, people could just call you an Indian. I had no identity as a Catholic, and I knew that as an Indian, my mom was really proud of that fact. Until my private Catholic school told me, you actually have to say First Nation. And then about a year later, they're like, actually, we want you to say Aboriginal. And then my dad stepped in the picture like, did you know you actually get a little bit of Métis from my side? I was 7. What the hell's a Métis? Now, as an adult, I'm Indigenous. More specifically, Anishinaabe. It's like, enough, guys. I am just a native guy from the hood in Winnipeg. Which hood? Thank you for asking. South Osborne. I have my status card, and I am proudly from Manitoba. Housing. I'm a Manitoba housing success story. What can I say? That just means that I lived older than 22. And I hear, when I reach 40, Wakanoo's gonna hug me. My young niche. After my parents split up, something interesting happened. I was really young, and my mom started asking me, hey Jeff, can you steal that Redskin Comedy Tour cassette tape from your dad? And when my dad found out, he asked, hey Jeff, can you steal back that Don Bernstein cassette tape from your mom? I got so curious. I have to hear this music. Who is this man? So I popped it in a cassette player, hit play, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this isn't music at all. This is just some guy talking and people laughing. This could work for me. When I finally had the courage to ask my dad, what the hell is this thing called that Don Bernstein is doing? I knew I wanted to be a joke teller. I'll be a comedian. A 7-year-old Indian comedian in a private Catholic school. That went over well. I was in the principal's office so much, he was like, Jeff, why don't you just put your name on the chair? My friends knew I was smart. My parents knew I was smart, that's why they called me smart ass. But I noticed something. As long as I can make everyone laugh, I could get out of whatever trouble I was in. Like, I would rip off the Don Bernstein material, and I would tell my mom, hey, white people have turkey for Thanksgiving. Natives have KFC. And she'd laugh. And then I'd go and tell my dad the exact same joke, hey, Dad, Emerson. And he would smile. As long as both my parents were laughing and smiling, nothing bad would happen. But I went through a weird phase because of the abuse. I was wetting the bed, and nothing seemed to stop it. I started having nightmares. My dad tried a nightlight, sleep with the door open. He even tried a lava lamp at one point. Nothing worked until he put on the radio at nighttime. That radio, for some reason, could calm and ground me. I can get to sleep. They can take out the lava lamp. They can close the door. They can take out the nightlight. Hey, Jeff, maybe we can finally get some sleep in the house, huh? Hey, don't be a dick, Dad. Also, I stopped wetting the bed. Score! As fun as this all is, we should probably get to it. So the judge is going to come in, at which point we will rise. We're going to introduce ourselves. Hi, I'm Jeff Gobeil, stuff like that. And then I'm going to ask you questions about who you are, your relationship to the defendant. Is that okay? And don't worry, if at any point this becomes too overwhelming, you can ask for a break. Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. All right. My name is Jeff Gobeil. Jeff, sorry, Your Honor. My name is Robert Goodman for the Crown. Present in court today is Jeff Gobeil. And I'm Jeff, excuse me. Your Honor, how are you? My name is Bill Oakley, here for the defense, Mr. Thomas Martin Butler, Sr. This journey is about my court case against my childhood abuser. But the journey begins in 2017 with a decision to go to anger management. I was in a crappy relationship, and at the time I had one goal for anger management: to start winning arguments. That was the plan. Until I discovered through therapy that the relationship I was in was abusive. She was emotionally manipulating me. Everything that went wrong was my fault. She was gaslighting me before, that's what we called it. And she would hit me. I would spend so much time convincing myself that I'm a man. I'm so much of a man that the damage that she does to me is nothing compared to what I could do if I hit her back. I never hit her. Instead, I would tell myself in the mirror, this is okay, as I cried and tried to stop another bleeding nose. To be hurt and not tell anyone was nothing new. It's survival. And as big and as scary as all this feels, it's not really why we're here. I've been through so much in my life that I have learned I can talk about certain traumas to avoid talking about the traumas that I don't want to talk about. Should probably get back to it. Now, Jeff, we are here today because Thomas Martin Butler Sr. has been charged with 17 accounts related to child sexual abuse, all of which are related to you and your sister's police statement. Before we get into your statements, could you explain your relationship to Mr. Butler? Mr. Butler is like a pseudo stepdad in reverse. I'm so sorry, you guys. A pseudo stepdad in reverse. That could not be more confusing. Is there a relationship or not? As much as I want you to explain everything in your own words, certain things do need to be clear for the record. Could you explain what a pseudo-stepdad in reverse means? Yes. Thomas Butler is my mom's ex, but they dated before my mom was with my dad. And because my mom had like these litters of children, like litter number 1 was with Thomas Martin Butler, and then litter number 2 with my dad, and then litter number 3 with this guy named Alan. 1, 2, so my litter number 2, Big Tom is like a stepdad in reverse. Does that make sense? Pseudo stepdad in reverse. I'm satisfied. Sure. In your statement, you said that these episodes of sexual abuse occurred when you were spending the night at Mr. Butler's home. Now, seeing as Mr. Butler is your mom's ex-partner, to some that may seem unusual. How often would you spend the night at Mr. Butler's? Just about every other weekend. And how old are you when the first sleepover occurred? I was 4. Therapy started in 2017, and it unlocked something in me. You learn about grounding techniques to calm yourself while you're having a panic attack. But once that's done, all that's left is talk therapy. And I attended therapy on and off, learning how to ground myself, learning how to deal with my girlfriend, and talking about the abuse. There was one day when my therapist told me, "Did you know that there is no statute of limitations when it comes to child sexual abuse?" What the heck does that mean? It means if you were abused as a child, you could come forward and tell the police whenever. And that changed everything to me. I called the police that exact week, and they were on the phone and they told me, "We would send a squad car over right away and we'll take your official statement." So 2 days later when they showed up, I told them everything. After all that, Butler was arrested and charged, and he had to tell the courts how he pleads. And he pled guilty. Until he didn't. At the last possible day, right down to the last hour, Mr. Butler called the courts and rescinded his guilty plea. It's when I got the phone call and told that Mr. Butler rescinded his guilty plea that the abuse became ongoing to me. This man feels no remorse. He is not sorry for what he did. And he is so sick. When he got arrested, he told the detective, "Could you give a message to Jeff?" Jeff Gobeil would never hurt me. I asked the detective, "Could you send a message back?" And she said no. But I'm kind of curious, what would you want to tell him? Tell him, "Fuck you."